Hi everyone, this is Ramona Shaw, and today we have another episode of Leadership Café where we talk about leadership and becoming our best selves in order to have the biggest impact in our lives. Because leadership really is that number one skill that applies to anything we do, and it can be accelerating and just increasing our impact that we have, be this in our community, in our job, at home, wherever we go, right? So whatever we touch. And today, specifically, I want to talk about promotion. So this applies to your job, because when I talk with clients, we often end up in the conversation of, okay, so what are you going for? What's that next promotion going to look like? Do you know what you need to get there, to get promoted, and to be the one that gets that opportunity? And questions come from my clients, but I also often challenge them to really think about this more strategically. I recently wrote then a summary of like the 25 ways that I believe are most effective in order to position yourself well for a promotion. Now, bear in mind that getting promoted is not just in your control, right? So it's not something that we can do and then we're guaranteed a promotion. It used to be that you would work in a company for 3 years and then you would automatically get promoted. This is often not the case anymore, especially if you work in a fast-growing company that hires a lot, then promotes a lot, and then at some point there just needs to be kind of a stagnation or a slowdown in the whole promotion cycle. And you may be in a specific role for a lot longer than previous people have in the past or that you had anticipated. But that doesn't mean that you can't take charge, and it doesn't mean that you should just leave it up to chances, right? There are several ways, 25 to be specific, ways that you can position yourself well so that you are seen, that you stand out from your peers, and that you can showcase the contribution that you have on the company and be recognized for that. Now, I will link below in this video to the document, the full complete summary of it all. But in this specific video, I want to talk about 5 ways to get you on the right track and position yourself well for that next promotion. Good? Okay, so number 1, the first one is to track your accomplishments. And that is something that seems so obvious, but most of us don't do it because we're so busy getting stuff done that we might forget of actually tracking the accomplishments, tracking what we're doing and what we've achieved. And then by the end of the year, when it's due for a performance review, we might try to look back and think like, what was I doing in January? What was like a big highlight? What were the concrete numbers? Did we outperform on a project? Did we hire faster? Did we have more revenue? Did we have more leads? XYZ, right? You want to actually track it because it will be really hard to follow through on this and to figure it out at the end of the year. So along the way, set up a spreadsheet that says tracking progress or tracking accomplishments. List your most important achievements along the way and keep this running. It'll keep your mind focused on that, but also helps you by the end of the year to make a case to say, look, this is why I think I deserve it. This is why I think I performed well. And if someone asks specifically of what you did well in the past, you know it because you did the work of actually tracking it. Number 2 is to actually get out of your comfort zone as often as you can. There's an opportunity to do something or to get involved in a project that's not with your initial scope of your task portfolio. Do it. There's something where you think like, oh, I'm not sure if I can hold this presentation. I'm not the great public speaker, or I don't think I'm that inspiring. It feels uncomfortable. Go towards it. People will recognize the risk takers, and I mean the smart risk takers, who constantly step out their comfort zone in order to grow, to learn, and to expand their impact. Okay? So that's number 2. Number 3 is to think career and not just job. And this is a really, really important one. And I know I did this for way too long, where I would always think of how do I get my to-do list smaller? How do I get through everything that was assigned to me by the end of the day? And there was very, very little time or energy left to think bigger term, like longer term, in the sense of how do I establish my network? How do I develop my skills for the next job? How do I grow my leadership capabilities and expand on my strength and think more strategically beyond my immediate job and the deliverables that are asked of me. And that is a fatal mistake, because ultimately that keeps you in that rat race of trying to get things done, which actually never happens. But also, you're missing the opportunity to set yourself up in a network with skills, with opportunities to be open to that level in your career. You might not even see that a door is opening because your head is down, like running. You don't see how doors open and opportunities present themselves to you, and you might not be open because you're focused on getting things done in the moment, which is great for the immediate satisfaction of like, I'm actually doing great work. But looking at the long term, this is not helpful. So actually schedule time in your calendar on a weekly basis to think about your career. What is a skill that you need to develop? What is the conversation you need to have? What's a network or a connection you want to make, an introduction you want to ask for? What's something you want to get involved in so that you can level up and expand, grow, strengthen your skills, and be ready for when that opportunity opens. You're actually present, receptive, and ready to step into that when it comes your way. So that's the next one. And then we have two more. So that was number 3, 2 more. This is to get support from all around. And that means we often look at our manager, a direct manager, which is intuitively the person we would look to for feedback or for guidance and support and sponsorship. And we may even look down in the sense of like hierarchical to our direct reports to say, what can I learn from them? What do they think I should do differently or better? But see if you can expand your scope there to also include all your peers and anyone else who's not a direct stakeholder, but that you can find alignment with. So you can help them and they can help you, and it becomes partnerships. People who get promoted are usually those who are great at building relationships, maintaining relationships, and who have a support that goes beyond their immediate line or their immediate box in a matrix. So see how you can step out and expand your network so that you can gather support and give support to others that are not directly working with you. And then lastly is to look at the financial framework in everything that you do. So when you do accomplish a goal, or you may haven't had an achievement, or you want to make a case, try to gather as many data points as possible, and as much of financial framework around revenue, profit, margins, cost savings. Even if you hire someone 3 months later and you were taking on that job, that portfolio of tasks yourself for 3 months, well, the company was just saving 3 months of salary because you were doing that. So what if they were paid X amount of dollars, multiplied by 3? That's the saving you actually provided to the company because you were handling 2 jobs at the same time. So provide financial framework and reference points along the way, especially if you work with a lot of analytical people and your managers that are looking for data points along the way to help them justify decision making, right? And the more you can provide, the better you'll be set up. So it comes down to tracking it, being aware of what you're doing and how you're contributing it, building the broader network, thinking career, not just job. So build out what you need and develop the skills along the way so that you're open and ready to capture opportunities that come your way. So these are just 5 of the ways that help hopefully inspire you to get ready for a promotion this year and set yourself up the best you possibly can to get acknowledged for the contribution, to stand out, and to add as much value as you can to the organization you work in. For more of these, so there's 20 more that I listed, click on the link below. You'll get the complete summary of this. And if you know someone in your team or someone else, a friend who is ready for that promotion but needs a little bit of a boost or some ideas on how to get there, then please make sure to share this video with them so that we can all benefit in the long term. So that's it for today. I'll be back with another episode for Leadership Cafe by tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.